Nagano versus Okinawa, which is the king of Japanese blue zones? That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai Diet and the founder of this diet. This is the map of Japan. Now, so Nagano is around here. It is in the central area of the Honshu Island, which is the main island of Japan. But Okinawa is down south. Here, it's a small island in the semi-tropical area. It's almost Taiwan. It's near Taiwan, really. Yeah, so it is quite warm, and it's surrounded by the sea. And Nagano is cold, and it's a mountainous region, and it doesn't have the sea. So the two regions are quite different in that sense. So first, I'd like to point out something important. Now, Okinawa used to be ranked high in the national longevity rankings, but it has fallen down. And that is due to the influence of American fast food culture. Now, Okinawa has a lot of American military bases, and it is influencing Okinawan diet a lot, especially young generations. As a matter of fact, Okinawa has the highest obesity rate in the country at the moment, and that is partly to do with the American fast food culture, right? Therefore, it isn't fair to compare the two places just as prefectures, because when you compare them as prefectures, you are comparing the average figures, right? There's a big difference between the northern part and southern part of Okinawa and the diet of young people and old people. So the people in the northern area, especially among some villages such as Ogimi village, elderly people still practice the traditional diet, and they still retain the traditional lifestyle, which is still relevant for longevity today. Yeah, I still think those super centenarians are great role models for longevity. Having said that, I'd like to make some comparison between the two today. Now, Nagano is a mountainous region, and it doesn't have the sea, while Okinawa is a semi-tropical region with the sea. Therefore, people in Okinawa eat some fish, yeah, while in Nagano, they developed a culture of eating beans, such as soybeans, kidney beans, and azuki beans, and so on. So that's one difference. And also, Okinawans eat some pork too, right? But both regions have high vegetable diet. Now, I told you in the video 7 longevity secrets of Nagano, the king of Japanese blue zones, that Nagano has the highest vegetable consumption rate in the country. They have a high vegetable diet. But that's applied to many other parts of Japan, including Okinawa, especially the elderlies in Okinawa still have high vegetable diet. But they have, they eat different types of vegetables. Yeah, in Okinawa, they can harvest vegetables throughout the year. Yeah, so, they eat a lot of fresh vegetables all year round, and that means they can work in their vegetable garden all year round too. That makes them healthier. Yeah. On the other hand, Nagano has a long winter. Basically, between the end of December until March, it is covered with snow, and you cannot work in their garden, and they cannot get fresh vegetables. They do. For example, you can preserve cabbages and Chinese cabbages underground. You kind of dig a hole under the snow, and then you kind of bury them. But what they did usually was to develop a culture of pickling vegetables. And in the wintertime, they mainly ate pickles, right? And pickles are great because they are fermented food, but they have one problem that is they contain a lot of salt. Therefore, they had high salt diet. Yeah, and that's the case for many other areas in the northern part of Japan. And because of that, Nagano as a prefecture made an effort to reduce the salt intake, and then they succeeded in it, and therefore they could become a longevity prefecture now. But used to, they used to have high salt diet. Okay, now, so having a long winter can be problematic, but in my opinion, this can be their advantage based on the concept of switch. Now, so I talked about switch in my other videos. Yeah, these are Hare and K intermittent fasting 2, autophagy and mTOR cycling, and Hare and K intermittent fasting 3, Hormesis-Pain and recovery. So in those two videos, I talked about switch, how it is crucial to make a switch from pain period to recovery period. And so I'll give you an example. When you do HIIT, HIIT, you do the 20 seconds of very hard exercise, and that's your pain period. And then you have 10 seconds of rest. That's the recovery period. Always those two are set. You have a pain and recovery, pain and recovery. So from that point of view, people in Nagano or people in northern part of Japan naturally had this pain and recovery cycle. Yeah, in the wintertime, they could rest. Yeah, Masanobu Fukuoka, the author of the One Straw Revolution, he used to call wintertime party time. Yeah. Okay, and both Nagano and Okinawa have superfood. Yeah, Nagano has miso and mushrooms, and Okinawa has famous Goya. Goya is one of the most powerful superfoods out there, and sweet potatoes, right? I think I shared with you a research done by Dr. Shoji Kondo, who wrote a book called Long-Lived Villages and Short-Lived Villages in Japan. Now, so he discovered that some of the long-lived villages in Japan were eating sweet potatoes. Yeah, they were in Okinawa or southern part of Kyushu and some part of Shikoku and so on. So sweet potatoes are great superfood, right? So both Nagano and Okinawa have superfood. And Nagano is a mountainous region, which is great for longevity. Sardinia, Italy, and Icaria, Greece. Yeah, they too walk up and down the hill, and that is contributing their long life. And Nagano has another advantage. That is, most people in Nagano live over 600 meters above sea level. In other words, they live in highland. Yeah, and when you live in highland, every movement you take can activate your mitochondria, because it requires mitochondria to work harder. Therefore, it kind of activates it, which is very good for you. Yeah. On the other hand, Okinawa has dancing culture. Yeah, this is called kachashi. Yeah, they dance, and they often get up in the middle of their parties and start dancing. That is unique to Okinawan culture. It doesn't happen in the mainland of Japan. I mean, we have a bon odori, which is a festival dance. So yeah, we do dance for festivals and things, but not this kind of private, regular parties. Yeah, this is unique to Okinawan culture. So I think generally Okinawan people have bright outlook in their life. They are kind of a happy, joyful people. Yeah. Therefore, yeah, I think that's to do with this warmer climate. They have a sunshine and they have a beautiful beaches and stuff. And they make them feel happy and bright. While in Nagano, we have long, cold winter, and it can be quite depressing. The winter is usually dark and cold, and you cannot go outside and so on. So yeah, those two are different too. All right. So to sum up, the fall of Okinawa isn't their fault. Therefore, it isn't fair to compare them as prefectures. Okinawans eat fresh vegetables throughout the year, and they can work in their garden all year round. Nagano people eat pickles and have high salt diet. They rest in winter and have pain and recovery cycle. Nagano people eat miso and mushrooms. Okinawans eat goya and sweet potatoes. Nagano people can do highland exercise. Okinawans dance a lot and have joyful mentality. Okay, so which is the king of Japanese bluesons? Now, this is a difficult question, really. I mean, both are great places. Both can be great role models for us. But if I have to choose between the two, and in this case, I'm kind of comparing the traditional Okinawan lifestyle and the traditional Nagano lifestyle in the past, right? I would say that Okinawa is the winner. Yeah, partly because they have a low salt diet. Yeah, and they have more joyful mentality. Yeah, your mind is very powerful. Yeah, therefore, like having a positive outlook in life can contribute a lot. Yeah, for your longevity, right? However, I value Nagano's effort, yeah, because they climbed up to the top by changing their lifestyle. They reduced the amount of salt intake and they encourage people to exercise more and so on. So as a kind of municipality, I mean, if you are interested in how to transform your municipality or your community, Nagano is a great role model. And I do value their effort of changing their lifestyle. Therefore, today, I would say Nagano is the king of Japanese bluesons. All right. So thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya, the author of the Ikigai Diet. If you're interested in the diet of Japanese bluesons, please read the book. And if you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. Right. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. And I'm thinking of making the video about commonalities between Nagano and Okinawa, because the bottom line is we want to learn from good examples, not so much, deciding which is better and so on. And therefore, what can we do based on Nagano and Okinawa's examples would be the next topic. Yeah. All right. So live with your Ikigai.